Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are once again live down here in the Bear Cave Studios for another episode of OTBS on that Bill shit. With me, your host, Freddie Aloso, with my co-host, Biggie Mafia. What's going on, bro?
Yo, bro, what's happening around the camp, man? You good, bro?
Chilling, bro. We are crispy this week. I don't know if you guys are noticing it, but we switched some things up, trying
Oh
to
yes,
improve the production value for y'all.
yeah, man.
Let us
We
know what you
yo,
guys think down in the comments.
shout out to Ari, man. Yo, she came on the show last week, and on in our typical post production meeting that we have
Yeah,
usually after the show, she gave us some pointers. She's like, yo, listen, you guys got to do better. Basically, is what she was saying. She was like, yo, listen, man, y'all production is good, but it kind of ain't shit at the same time. You know,
basically.
it's all right. Listen, we are work in progress. Like most of the stuff we doing is free. We
Yeah.
we working on it. We hope we looking a little bit crispier. Yo, my man Freddie got a haircut. Yo, bro, do the reveal, bro. You got to do the reveal. Yo, he got rid of the ponytail. Yo, my man got rid of the ponytail, bro. Yo, what I need to know, what was the reasoning behind this for real? Was it the wife?
No, she had been wanting me to do it for a while, but for me, I had it long for a while. I was like, it's getting hot outside. I don't want to be
Mhm.
dealing with that. Like doing my hair in the mornings. Like I get up, shake it up, and keep it rolling.
Yo, as I'm sitting here listening to you, I'm like, what the fuck is this flying above my head? It's summer. As soon as you mention the summertime, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the summertime because it just brings in too much nonsense, man. Like, I'm not a fan of being hot all the time. I'm not a fan of these fucking bugs, bro.
Yeah, the
You
bugs are
know,
ridiculous, bro.
as much as I enjoy cutting my grass, it's like you cut the grass, the next day you come out and it's fucking, it's like you didn't do nothing.
Yep.
And speaking of grass, bro, I just showed you earlier. Every week we talk
Wow.
about the plights of a homeowner. So
Right.
I come downstairs to the family room, right? Which we don't use it much, but we use it.
Mm.
Come downstairs as I'm setting up shop for the show. My son is sitting here, and he's like, "Oh, Daddy, y'all growing plants downstairs?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He's like, "Then what's this?" Yo, bro, I have a fucking root or a weed or whatever you want to call it growing through my goddamn wall. I didn't even know that was possible, right? And it's always something, bro. It's always something with the house. I'm grateful that I got it though. Don't get me wrong. Let me shut up because there's a homeless person out there right now sleeping on grass.
Right.
Like,
Telling you to go fuck yourself.
listen to me fucking complaining about my house.
Right. Tell me
There's
more
some
how there's weeds growing through the side of your house.
there's somebody right now that's late on their rent listening to the show. Like, oh, motherfucker, you sitting there complaining about your house.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm squatting in the place that I'm fucking listening to
Right.
the show.
Trying to get eminent domain and shit.
Yeah, for real. I got it. I'm in here with a migrant. Uh, it's all good. Shout out to the migrants. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Shout out to everybody in this country illegally. You keeping the economy going. We respect you guys. We appreciate you.
Perspective.
You know.
Big
But
shout out.
what's going on in the sports world, brother? I know we were gonna record last night, but we wanted to show some respect to UFC 301.
301. Yep.
We wanted to catch up on it. I didn't tell you this. I know you were up. Did you enjoy the fights?
I did. I did. I was enjoying the fights. What did you think of the fights?
Can I be honest with you?
Go ahead.
I didn't see any of them.
You fell out?
Bro, let me tell you something. I watched the main event of the prelim that came on at about a quarter to 10.
Mm-hmm.
At 10 o'clock, my eyes. Listen, it was over. Before I knew it, I woke up. It was 11:45, and Bree had hustled the remote, and she had fucking 90 Day Fiance on the YouTube TV, and I said, listen, respectfully, now that I'm up, can I have the remote back so I can finish watching what I was watching?
Right.
And she's, how they can. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to argue.
Right.
I'm not trying to argue here. I'm asking respectfully, can I get the remote back before I have to take it from you?
Don't make me do it now.
Listen, I want to have to forceful, So she gave it back, and then I think I had woke up just as Kevin Holland had just won his match, and then almost immediately after, I fell back to
Ridiculous,
sleep.
that Holland fight.
So you got to tell me about it, bro, because I missed it and I didn't watch any of the highlights. So you got to kind of lead the way on this recap here.
It was a good fight, nothing too, nothing wild that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this went like this, or this guy got cheated. But the way he locked in that armbar, and you guys can find the video online, Twitter, IG, wherever.
If we can, we'll post the link with the show. It'll probably get taken down, but we'll try.
Yeah. But he snaps it.
He broke
like
the dude's
you see it pop. And then the guy starts tapping. It's like, but like pissed off tapping. You know what I mean? Like you weren't going to tap. And then he breaks your arm and then you want to tap. Like it's either one or the other. You can't get pissed off because he broke your arm, but you weren't tapping and it was hurting. Like that's on you.
Yo, could you imagine getting into a street fight with somebody and they wind up breaking your fucking arm? Like, how do you recover from that? And I'm not even just talking about physically. I mean, like mentally. Like the last time you got into a fight, somebody broke my arm.
Somebody broke my shit.
Yeah. Now, granted, I've seen plenty of that at work. This motherfucker's getting shit broken and all kinds of shit. But it's like, to just see that shit in a fight, somebody like, just tap out, bro. It's over. Just maybe next time.
You don't get anything extra from it. Like you're always going to be remembered as the guy that got his arm broke.
Facts.
Because this guy was so strong and he had such strong will that he made him broke it. No, he was an idiot. He got his arm broke. Like that's what you're going to be remembered as.
I did see though on the the ESPN homepage that as famous as these dudes are, I can never fucking pronounce their names. Something Amergamedov.
That Khabib's cousin?
Yeah.
Makachev? Islam?
Makachev. I said Amergamedov. Look, I'm all fucked up. Makachev, he beat Dustin Poirier. I'm pretty sure everyone expected that to happen because nobody's beating these dudes from Russia.
Those Dagestani dudes, bro, they're something different.
Dude, they are a different kind of poor over there growing up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's all they do. They wrestle.
That's all they have time to do. Play football. They don't have time for football. They don't have time. You know how in South America, like the big poverty sport is soccer?
Right.
They don't even have money for a soccer ball.
Nope. You guys are gonna go wrestle. Go into the fucking mountains, find a bear, wrestle it. Go ahead.
Dog. Let me tell you something. Could you imagine growing up where I grew up in Brooklyn and my mother being like, listen, go outside and ride your bike. But no, go outside and go round up some rats or some shit, or go tag a crackhead and run away and see if they can catch you. You know how fast I would be? Like, what's happening? That's why it's not fair.
You'd be Usain Bolt, bro.
Bro, I'd be the new Usain Bolt. And mind you, Usain Bolt was in Jamaica running without shoes on.
Wow. You ever seen the video of Khabib swimming upstream on like a really rough river for training? I'm like, that doesn't look safe. Like, first off, and this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday's workout.
Well, let me tell you something. That just goes to show you how privileged we are right now, and our kids are. And listen, I don't want to start going too far off topic. Yes, we are talking about sports. I know we say the same thing every week. We're gonna talk about sports when we talk about
Yeah,
sports. Listen, Yankees are winning, they doing great. The Rangers lost, they got eliminated, which I told
yeah,
you that was gonna happen.
you did.
And that's
And the
that's
Mets
about,
still suck.
and the Mets
Sorry,
still
Matt.
suck. And you know what I'm saying? We getting ready for the NBA finals to take off. We got the Mavs going against the Celtics,
Mhm.
which I want to say Mavs in 6.
Yeah, yeah. The Celtics seem to implode. Like they don't know how to finish it off. They'll get there, but they don't know how to finish it.
And even if they don't, at the end of the day, fuck Boston. Like,
Yep. Facts.
who wants to see Boston win anything?
Nobody. And
Like,
just a update on the standings. Boston is 11 and a half games behind the Yankees. So
of course they are.
just a weekly update for you guys.
Of course they are. Of course they are. I mean, that's not even a surprise, you know. But back to real news. You know, you're sitting here, you talking about Khabib and all of this shit and being privileged and all of that. You know, my son was hanging out with his friends earlier, and he went over. He was at one of his boys' house, and I went to go pick him up a little while ago. And on the drive back, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, right? The majority of the people that I know right now, like especially like the people that my kids go and we all hang out, all this other
Mhm.
stuff. Like they have a pool at their house. Like you got friends that have like trampolines and these crazy, like all access to all kinds of things, right?
Mhm.
When you were growing up, how many of your friends, no matter where you lived at, how many of your friends had a pool in their backyard?
One.
In growing up, I'm talking about, like your young age, your teenage years.
So so young age that I would hang out with,
Mm-hmm.
one. And it was my next door neighbor. He had a trampoline and a swimming pool. So I was like, all right, well, we're gonna be friends. You're 2 grades younger than me, but we're gonna hang out because you got a trampoline and a pool.
So you were using him pretty much. Pause.
Well, basically.
You guys are
Uh,
no longer
and
friends to this day.
then like the rest of life, like as I get more when I was older, like once I got to Spain,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of I don't even want to sound like bougie with this, but like I went to a English private school out there. So a lot of those kids had a lot more money than I did. Like
Okay.
just like chauffeurs to school, and I'm still taking the train. Like, yeah,
Okay.
it was
Okay.
different.
Okay. I
So
think I'm having
they
this
did, but
conversation with the wrong person, pretty much.
right.
I think I'm having this conversation with the wrong person.
Yep.
We should have another guest on this show that had a similar upbringing. Which let me ask you a question: did your high school have a pool?
Yeah.
Okay,
My high school in the States, yeah. I was on the swim team.
of course you were.
Yep. Why not, right? Yep.
Of course you were. Now you know what? Don't feel bad because my school in Queens Beach Summer High School, we had a swim team too. See, I was having this argument with my boy Weldon at work. Shout out to
Mm.
him. I know he's gonna be listening to the show.
Shout out, well.
Shout out, well, and you should have been on here to defend yourself. So if I say something that's wrong, that's
That's
your
your
fault.
fault.
So we was having this argument, and he said, only privileged schools had swimming pools in their school, which I don't know how much that's true because
Mm.
most of the schools that I know, especially high schools, had swimming pools in their school. Even here in the city, he went to school in Harlem, so it's like no wonder y'all Harlem didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have anything in Harlem. Like they didn't even have an outside like recreation to go do. They didn't have a
Y'all
football
had Luke
field.
Cage. That's you.
You see what I'm saying? But it's not their fault. Like most of the people that grew up in Harlem. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this, but so what?
You're gonna catch a lot of shit.
But the thing about people that grew up in Harlem that I noticed, they spent so much time in Harlem that they never like went out.
Branched out.
Like, yeah, like when me and my wife got together, and she's from Harlem, she had never been to Coney Island.
Damn.
Like, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like she
And
had never
mind you,
been.
I didn't get to Coney Island until like I was in my early 20s. Late teens, early 20s.
But still, you went on your own fruition. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird, man. And that's not just people from Harlem. I feel like, and I know we were gonna talk about this earlier. I feel like when it comes to a lot of things, it's just crazy how we are all living on planet Earth, but we are from different worlds, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's just so wild to me to see how much people interpret things differently.
Mhm.
You know, like I know this week earlier they had the Trump verdict come out, and everyone, I'm not gonna say everyone, like I know that there are people from both sides that were happy and upset. Let me ask you a question. I don't even know if you were like thinking about it at all. Did you have any thoughts on the verdict at all? Like, were you even concerned
My,
with it?
my thing was like, yeah, if he gets found guilty, like we knew what
Mm-hmm.
the deal was. Like he's a rich, powerful Caucasian man in America, and he uses his financial stability to get him out of certain predicaments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you could do it, I more power to you. Like it's a system. If you know how
Mm-hmm.
to play it, you know how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
still going to be president. Like I think he's still going to win the presidency in 24. Like I don't see it going another way. With the way the economy is and the state of the country, like it's going to swing so far back over.
It's like a pendulum. Like it just swings back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. Like
100%.
it's so crazy, man. Like to see the reaction from some people when the verdict came out,
Mm-hmm.
like they were so happy about it. And it's like, what are you, do you know what you're happy for? You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and vice versa. Like the people upset, like, do you even know what you're upset about? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times we are so caught up on the emotion factor when it comes to things like we see on TV or like, and we really have no idea what the fuck is going on, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think
It's
it's
true.
sad. I think it's sad. I think it's really and truly sad because there's nothing that you see on TV. There's nothing that we read in the newspaper, nothing that you hear over the radio that isn't as a benefit to us.
Right.
And I think Ari touched on it last week when she said, I think fear is the number one way to try to get people to conform to things that you want.
It's true. It's
You
been a
know,
tactic for years.
for
Like
years.
it's not like, oh, let's get them all happy go lucky. Like no,
Mhm.
that we're gonna put fear in them, and they're gonna follow. Like it's just gonna be the way it is.
Yeah. Everything that you see on
They've made
TV,
movies about it. Like
yes. Everything that you see on TV is either sex,
mhm,
uh, eat this, or look like this, so somebody wants to have sex with you, or
mhm,
violence, or same sex marriage, or be a this or be a that. And not saying that there's anything right or wrong about any of that stuff, but it's just that's all the information that we get. So if you don't go out and you're not doing your own research, then you really kind of just going by what people tell you
yep,
and
you
what
get
people are
caught up in the
allowing you to
machine.
see. Right, man. Which is why I'm a firm believer, right? And I tell people this all the time. Let's say me and you are hanging out and we come across somebody that I've known for a long time.
Mhm.
And it's somebody that people don't particularly care for whatever reason.
Right.
I'll never be that kind of person to tell you, don't fuck with that person. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, if that person is like 100% deviant and like they're sneaky, like they're gonna stab you in the back or something like that, absolutely. I'm gonna tell you, watch your wife around that dude because he just might try and take a nap.
Mhm.
But I'm a firm believer in listen, man, let people have their own perceptions on people.
Mhm.
Let people come up with their own belief, man. But I feel like, and we saw it with our league, man. Like people, they try too much to try to coerce people into believing one thing or another.
Mhm.
And it's like, nah, man, I want to see that shit for myself. I
Yeah,
want to see
like
it for myself.
it's funny you bring that up because I had a moment like that earlier last year. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say August in our league. To one of the guys we know, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Hey, just a heads up, watch yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this dude he moves shifty, and I don't personally vibe with him, and I
Mm-hmm.
without giving too much away, I wasn't I I don't mess with that dude,
Mm-hmm.
put it
Mm-hmm.
that way. But I just want to give you a heads up. Like, I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
don't do, don't do this, don't do just a heads up. And the person we spoke about, I'll tell you about it later, but they were
Mm-hmm.
appreciative about it. They understood. They saw
Mm-hmm.
certain things on the wall, but I
Mm-hmm.
figure if I know you and we're boys, I'm not gonna let you go in blind and get
Absolutely.
blindsided. I'd
Absolutely.
rather give you the heads up and you make the decision for yourself as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
going blind and be like, oh well, I should have told you about this before.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny line, bro, that you walk. Especially, I don't know if y'all hear that. My kids argue all the time. Y'all probably hear them arguing over the fucking microphone. They're
It's
arguing.
not coming through. You're good.
Oh, so I'm the only one that has to suffer listening through this shit. Cool. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, they argue all day, bro. Like it's
That's kid stuff, man.
from morning to night. And it's not even, what makes it crazy is like it's not even just the arguing, like it always turns physical after a while. Like after
That's brother
after a
sister.
couple, and it's not just pushing and shoving because they doing their kickboxing moves on each other. So it's not, I don't know.
Shit, we
Anyway,
saw it when we went to the dumpling spot. These kids are throwing rear naked chokes on each other in the middle of the street.
I'll just let them do it too.
And we're all just standing around looking like nobody's like, eh. We're like, no, lift your elbow up, pull it back, push the head forward.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, and this is gonna happen live too.
And this is what you guys get, ladies and gentlemen.
See,
OTBS.
see, this is gonna happen live on camera. And watch. You better hope nobody in his school has to hear this. All right. I want to see if he's actually gonna come downstairs. Come here. Come here. No, no, no. Stay right there. Stay right. No, no, no. Stay right there. Now they're both here in earshot. Come here. Come here. Stand next to your sister. All right. Y'all both know I'm down here recording the show, right? Huh?
This is
And
parenting
you're upstairs
101 for you
and you're
guys.
upstairs fighting. Uh-huh.
This is what we do. This
Yeah,
is how,
why aren't you
this is
minding
how
your
you
business?
parent.
I can't hear you, huh? Because it's inappropriate. So the reason that they're fighting is because Mason is saying that the show that she's watching is inappropriate.
Sometimes you got to throw bows on it.
Oh, wait. So let me get this straight. Hold on. Mason, you're watching the show, but you don't want her to watch it because it's inappropriate. But
Huh?
were you watching it first?
The life with kids. The life with kids, ladies and gentlemen. This is what
Okay.
we do.
I'm going to say this, though. I don't care what you do. But stop making so much noise because America doesn't want to hear you guys arguing. Deal? Deal? All right. Because the next thing that's going to happen is y'all going to be on the street sleeping under a bridge. I promise you. Go upstairs, please and thank you. And be quiet.
And you see it, ladies and gentlemen. He does it with a smile. And it's not a like, I'm trying to be happy, right? It's a you see this smile. If this smile turns to a frown, that's your ass.
Yo, bro. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yo, listen, and for all y'all parents out there, y'all know exactly what the hell is happening. Y'all know what's going on, but it depends on what kind of parent you are. You're either the soft-handed parent, or you're either the parent where it's like fuck around and find out.
It bees like that sometimes.
It bees like that sometimes, and you have to listen. Kids are savages nowadays. Savages nowadays, bro.
Yo, they don't care anymore.
They don't
They don't
care.
care anymore. They don't care.
Yo, you have kids who are openly cursing crazy in front of adults. Like it's just the thing to do.
Bro, if I would have done that growing up, I'd have
God.
no teeth right now.
Bro, I have kids around here. I have friends who have kids who curse in front of them, like curse back at them as a response. And it's just like it doesn't
Nah,
happen.
you can lose some teeth.
Bro, come on, man. Come on. And listen, when I was growing up, I don't know about anybody else. I know we spoke about this before. Everyone's different. You can't say shit, hell, damn. Definitely can't say fuck, like nothing.
Nothing. It's wild, bro.
Man,
It's wild.
oh man,
Insane.
Jesus, I'd just like to take this time to thank you. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do in our lives. Like,
preach it, bro. Preach it.
You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, these kids
we
don't
need
know,
the strength
man.
from somewhere. We need the strength.
These kids don't know, bro. Like, yo, you know what irritates me the most is when you tell them to do something and they go, oh, I don't want to do that. And then you know what happens? You got to break down in that fucking speech like, oh, yeah, you don't want to? You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to get up and go to work every day. I don't want to come home and have to make money to feed your ass. That's what I don't want to do.
Right.
Tell me what you don't want to do.
It's funny. So that actually, not to that extent, but it came up this week. So, we got little Os, we got big Os.
Yes.
So I tell a little guy like, yo, you gotta take out the recycling. Right. And no, sorry. Wifey told the big guy, hey, can you take out the garbage? He's like, wait a second. Little guy's just chilling. Like I paid my dues. She's like, oh, you're right. But it's just that older brother, little brother.
No, it's not even older
like,
brother, little brother. It's a sibling thing because we see it now. And older siblings go through it the worst. And the younger siblings are a little more coddled. And that's just really what it is. Like even I talk to my mother about my younger brother now. Like, why isn't he doing more chores around the house? And God, bro, that turns into such an argument. Oh yeah, why don't you have Evan like throw out the garbage? Do you tell Mason to throw out the garbage? And I'm like, first of all, yes. What? Why don't you tell Amy? Does Amy wash the dishes? Yeah, she loads the dishwasher. I mean, what are we getting at here? Oh well, only telling me how to parent. I only did it with you for 18 years. I'm like, Come on. What are we talking about here?
Yo,
Stop being
I
soft.
love it when they're soft now as adult, like as grandparents or older parents, whatever. Like with that second child or the younger sibling, and you're like,
Oh God.
yo, where was this energy
Oh
when I
God,
was
bro.
growing up?
Oh my God, bro.
Like I see it with my parents, and I'm
Bro, let me yell at my kids in front of my parents, like my mother. Yeah, that's not nice. Don't yell at him. Don't yell at my little stink. Little what? Get his ass up out of here.
like,
Even my father, he's like, don't be yelling at my grandkids. Don't be yelling at them. That's
you
my heart.
start looking around like, wait, who?
Like,
You talking to
what?
me?
Are you kidding me? I used to get yelled at all. I mean, granted, I was doing stupid shit as a kid, but I used to get
Right.
yelled at all the time. Please, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
So
hear that.
talking about when we were younger, I brought this up to you earlier in the week,
Mm-hmm.
right? I figured this might be a good little topic, all of us being sports fans. Growing up to now, what's a jersey, maybe one or two from a different sport or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that you wanted to get as a kid, grew up, always wanted it, but never did?
You said 102. I think right off the bat, my first one it would have to be that black Chicago Bulls Jordan jersey.
Yep. Same.
The one with the red stripes, not just the plain back one. The
Yeah,
one
no,
with
it's got to be with the red stripes. Yep.
the red stripe, and I'd have to say number two would be a probably like an original, authentic Jeter Yankees jersey.
Nice. So for me, the Jordan one and that turquoise, tealish Ken Griffey Jr. 24,
Okay,
old school Seattle one,
okay,
that was tough
yeah.
back in the day.
You know what? You know what bugs me out about you just saying that? Because I don't know if you guys saw it in the news recently. I know my wife made me privy to the information that they've now uh like combined the statistics from the Negro leagues into
Yes.
the Major League Baseball statistics.
Hmm.
And which I think is, it's amazing that they did that. Like that shit is dope. And now as it stands, I'm gonna have to look up the gentleman's name. I know you're probably a
Josh
little.
Gibson.
Josh Gibson is, with his statistics, currently the all-time leader in baseball average
Yep.
at
He in
372.
a lot of categories, he jumped to the top.
I think it's wild. And I think it's dope. So my question to you, and this is kind of like an on-the-fly question. I'm asking you. I really should be asking this shit to myself, I guess. Why is it? Do you think you don't see more black baseball players? Like, I'm
Why we
curious as to why it
don't?
is.
Hmm.
Like,
I want to say it's a I don't want to say it's geographical. It's not
mhm,
geographical. It's a money thing, right? So to start getting noticed for MLB, you got to do travel baseball, right?
correct.
You got to play travel, you got to do tournaments, you got to go all the way around. A lot of people don't have the money for one, the equipment to send their kids to all these camps and travel to like the travel tournaments, bro. Just to get on the travel team in some areas is like 2, 3 grand for the season. Like it's a lot of money in certain places. And if that's your
Mhm,
only avenue, like, and then plus equipment and you know all that stuff, it makes it hard for people like us
mhm,
who don't have the unlimited funds and
mhm.
to be able to make that happen for their kids.
Yo, as I asked you that question and as you're answering, I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm also thinking about, right, when you driving through, the neighborhoods or whatever, like for example, like when I'm driving up the FDR and I'm, passing through the projects when I'm traveling and all this other stuff,
Mm.
all they got is basketball courts.
Yeah.
And in these prison movies that you see and there's TV shows, I gotta tell you, it's true. Like all they have in jails and prison in the recreation yards are basketball courts. They don't have fucking baseball fields and
Yeah,
but
you can't put a bat and in
I
somebody's
mean
hand,
they could
you
give
know,
a I mean they could give a motherfucker a whistle ball.
right? But like for me, baseball was my
Niggas
first
out there
love
playing
growing
wiffle
up as a
ball.
kid. Like that was my sport. That was home run derby. It was, the 90s Yankees. Like that was my prime time as a kid. And I love the sport, but one, you can't play, especially up here in the Northeast, you can't play year round
Yeah,
because of the snow.
yeah.
The fields, it's tough because of the rain and all that stuff. It's not like a basketball court that you could throw some pavement down and play a full nine
Mm-hmm.
inning baseball game. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's tough on that aspect.
Yeah, I just and for those of you who know and who are in the baseball, like it is a very interesting game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I was overly interested at a young game at a young age. It
Mhm.
did take me some time to get into it and really understand it. I was more like I watch it like around playoff time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know people who just can't for the life of them sit down and watch a baseball game just to watch it. you
Yeah.
know. And even though now, like with the Yankees, bro, like I said earlier, like the Yankees is doing phenomenally. But when you are a Yankee fan, it's kind of like, all right, this regular season shit is cool, but let me know when the playoffs start,
Right.
you know? So I don't know. It should just bug me out, bro. Like they're not like an overabundance of like black baseball. At least none that I can name right now, to be honest
Mhm.
with you. I think the majority of them are coming from like the Midwest or West Coast or South America and
Yeah. Down
you know
south, like,
down
yeah,
south. But yeah, like especially here in the Northeast, like we don't have any good like baseball programs, and that kind of sucks.
it's
You
tough.
know?
Yeah.
Then you
It
go on
will.
YouTube
Yeah.
and you see like the fucking Savannah Bananas down there working and shit, and it's like, what the fuck? The fuck is this shit? Why are these dudes in
Yeah.
these bright yellow outfits? Anyway,
But
not
also
even gonna
like
do
I
it.
feel with Major League Baseball, it's very they don't do a very good job marketing their stars, right? Like
Yeah.
if I got a star that's, Puerto Rican,
Mm-hmm.
African American, like I'm gonna I'm gonna push them to the forefront, get them in billboards, get them in,
Mm-hmm.
publications, media, and really push them to pull in the youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's what's keeping your sport alive is
Right.
the farm systems and
Mm-hmm.
the kids playing and wanting to become pro athletes in that aspect. But if you're not pushing representation for us, like what yeah, I see that in basketball, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play basketball.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this guy that looks like me plays, power forward. And oh, I could do that. I could go outside, shoot the hoop. I want to be like this guy. Like represent good representation is important.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you're not pushing it, how are you bringing in the youth to it?
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right, bro. I think also, it could help, not for nothing. And this is gonna sound maybe a little fucking like a Neanderthal, but I think violence helps. Everyone is very interested in violence. And I kind of say that like look at the WNBA now. Look at everyone is in the uproar with fucking Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner, goddamn. Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Clark. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lady. Caitlyn Clark getting fucked up on the court, like all of these, talking about she's getting fouled too hard and all this other stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be going to watch no YouTube videos of no WNBA games if these chicks wasn't getting their asses whipped. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
I think sometimes the violence is what keeps people interested. Like, look at hockey.
That's what got me into hockey.
No one really watches hockey for just everyone is like sitting there with that thing in their mind, like, oh shit, like when are they gonna stop fighting?
Here we go. Here we go.
Like when are they gonna stop fighting? And look, I guarantee you NHL still gets more views than the WNBA.
Yep. Yep. One of the most popular Rangers was Rempe. And what made Rempe popular? Him fucking brawling on the ice.
Listen, man,
This dude became a sensation and his jersey was selling out at Madison Square Garden.
bring more violence to the WNBA and bring more violence to the Major Baseball League. Major Baseball League. Do you hear me, bro?
Major Baseball League? It's all right. It's all right.
Major Baseball League. This is why black people don't watch it. I can't even fucking pronounce it. Major Baseball League. I'm so stupid, bro. Ay. Yo.
Yeah, and then especially with baseball, like it's the old heads mess it up. Like, oh, you can't do this, and this is the unwritten rule, and you can't
I don't want
sell
to
it.
hear that shit.
It's bullshit. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
go with the
I don't want
times,
to hear that.
man.
Just let these motherfuckers fight and let them use steroids and let everyone go on about their business.
Yeah.
You know?
Turn different colors of Neapolitan ice cream like Sammy Sosa.
You stupid, bro. You fucking stupid, man. And I don't want to hear, oh, don't let them use steroids and all this other shit because it's not right for the game. And you know why I say that? Because if there's a woman that transitioned into a man and wanted to join the Major League Baseball, no one would be able to say anything. So let them fucking use steroids. Like, what's the big deal? And okay. All right.
Do it.
I need to know something, bro. I need to know something.
Yeah.
And I wanna try to walk the line of not offending anybody, which I always do such a good job of every week here on the show. Right.
Exceptional job.
And listen, if there are any kids listening to the show, which there shouldn't be at the end of the day,
You shouldn't. What up, guys?
You shouldn't, but you know what's up. And shout out to my boy Ty Patterson. He said it earlier, like, "Oh, I listened to your show on the way to school," and I was like, "You really shouldn't be doing."
You shouldn't, but shout out, Pat.
Shout out to my boy Ty, man, him and the family. If you listen into this show on the bus on the way to school, pay attention and listen to your teachers and eat your vitamins and eat your vegetables and study. You know, he said he went to his school like dance the other day, and he said he was just danced on the floor for a few minutes and ate some chicken. And I was like, yo, listen, let me ask you. Oh yeah, you said you never went to your school prom.
I didn't go. I didn't have one. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I missed out on that high school experience.
Yeah, you did, bro. And we're not going to revisit that topic, at least not right now. Now, listen, we've never talked about this topic on the show before. We usually try to steer clear of the offending the people, whatever people. I don't know. Fill in the blank. Whatever kind of people that there are.
Your choice.
Yeah. We try
letter out of the alphabet.
Yeah, even the non-alphabet, the
numbers and
if you eat matzo crackers and all of that other stuff, all of those kind of people, right? I was talking to somebody the other day who said that they went up to a school to, address something that happened with their kid.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they went in the principal's office. This is a true story. This is word to my kids. And I don't say that if I'm lying. Not that I lie anyway, but they said they were in the school office waiting to talk to the principal. And in the corner on the floor was a litter box. So
Ugh.
so um what does any normal person do? Yeah, oh, you guys have cats in the school? I don't know you guys had like a school pet. Bro, it wasn't for no damn cat. Okay. It was for a kid to shit and piss and play in the litter box.
In the principal's office. A little weird, no?
And not in the principal's office per se, but in like the main office.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. I need to know. I would love for somebody to answer this question, bro. It ain't gotta be you. It could be anybody who's listening to the show and wants to leave it in the comments. I just need to know what is going on in this world today. I'm not judging nobody. I'm not, but I just need to know, bro, what is happening? Like, what are we doing to our kids? Like for real, bro.
Like, it don't make no sense, bro. Like, as a parent, to be like, yeah, you want to piss and shit in a litter box and act like a cat? Do it. Like, I think that's a great idea. Like, no, be a fucking adult and be like, hey, little Jimmy, that's stupid. Look, we're not gonna do that. Like, you can show your creativity and your uniqueness a different way, but not because you feel like you want to be fucking Simba from the Lion King. Like, we're not doing that.
Bro, I just looked this up on Google, right? And for those of you who don't believe me, look, this is an answer that I got on Google. And one of the questions was what to do if your child is a furry. And you know, Google has to give like the politically correct answer, I'm guessing. And its answer is be as involved in your child's furry activities as you would be with their other interests, hobbies, and activity.
Bro,
Which means they want you to treat that as if your child told you that they were interested in baseball or rollerblading
I want to go outside and have a catch.
or chess. They want you to be as active in that as if your child told you, "Listen, I'm interested in chess." Not
Make
listen,
no goddamn sense.
listen, bro, listen, 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 bro. I, I'm not. I don't have the answers for mental health. I don't.
Mm.
I don't. When it comes to kids, I
Right.
don't. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I will say though, I feel like for example, the term ADHD, I feel like that's something that they've not created. I feel like they were like embellished upon it a little bit too much over the years
Mhm.
because we didn't experience that shit when were growing up. We didn't know kids with ADHD. It was go outside and don't come back in this house until the street lights come on.
Yeah, go figure it out.
Go figure it out. Or you had the grandparents that were like, listen, baby, I need you to sit your ass down.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Figure it the fuck out.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it, bro. Yo, I don't know what we're doing to these kids nowadays, man. It's just,
Bro, it's the whole participation trophy culture. Like, you got to get a pat on the back because you're doing an okay job. Like, no. Like, a prime example. Yesterday, Little Osa's baseball game. Yo, we're putting a fucking beating on these guys, right? It's
mm,
16, 16-8 at this point,
mhm,
and the boys are still scoring, right?
mhm,
And they have the rule of you score 5 runs in an inning and you switch. Okay, that I'll give it to you. But
mhm.
we're still scoring, and they stopped counting it on the scoreboard. Oh, we don't want to make the kids feel bad.
Come on, man. Come
Nah,
on, come on,
fucking pump that shit up.
come on, bro.
Let little
Come on,
Johnny
man.
know that they took a ass whooping 17-7, and I got to try a little harder next time, or I don't want to have that feeling again to see that number. I want to work harder. Like, give them something to work for, as opposed to, no, we don't want to make them feel bad. That's the numbers are too high. Fuck out of here. Like, that's one thing that annoys the shit out of me. Like, I don't understand the, like, it's sports, right? Like, we all grew up playing sports. And if you didn't grow up playing sports, you did something different, but you knew if you lost, you lost. And if you won something, you won a trophy, right? Like, you first place, you got a trophy. Not
And there's
everybody.
nothing wrong with that, bro. Listen,
Right,
maybe sports isn't maybe physical activities and these kind of sports are not for your kid, and that's fine. Maybe archery is their thing.
right.
Maybe baking and pastry is the way that they need to
Coloring,
go.
pictures, art, whatever. But they
Maybe
still
they know.
got ribbons for that shit.
Listen,
Like,
bro. Maybe they
yeah.
need to. They know how to fix the shit out of a car, and that's
Mhm.
fine. Everyone needs a mechanic. Not everybody needs to know how to throw a football or a baseball or swing a bat or shoot a basketball.
Right.
Like earlier today, before I, before I came home, me and Mace did like a 2-on-2 against his little friends and all this other stuff. And I'm watching Mason shoot the basketball, and I'm like, he needs practice because he
Right.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go push him ahead of 10 other kids. I'm like, oh, give my son a shot. I
Yeah.
want to see him. I want to see him dribble a bit. No,
He should be the
no,
point guard.
no, hell no, hell no. We're not doing that. And listen, I always give credit where credit is due.
Mhm.
Like there's some kids like I don't want to put anybody else's child's name out there. Like there's a kid that plays for our league, and you know who he is. And I've told you I've watched this kid. I've watched him since before he started football.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, I think that sometimes genetics help. I think this kid reached puberty at fucking 9 and 10 years old because the next year we came back and we saw him. This kid was 5'10" at 10 years old.
You're like, I can't. Why are you looking at me in the face? Why are we eye to eye right now?
And I'm like, and then you see him get on the football field and he's just like a tree running through kids and running touchdowns, picking off the ball. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, who's your father, LeBron James? Like, Jesus, man, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
But not every kid is going to be that, man.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like the parents nowadays, we are doing a great detriment to our kids by not keeping it real with them, man.
And
And
when they get to the real world and they figure shit out and they realize, like, not everybody's gonna say, "Hey, great job." They're gonna tell you, "Hey, you fucking suck today. You need to figure that shit out, or you're fired."
mm,
Like, they're not gonna tell you, "Hey, sorry, you're gonna have to pack up your litter box and take it home because you're not allowed to work here anymore." Like, that's that's not the one. That's not how
yo,
it's gonna
could
be.
yo, could you I want you to picture you going on your lunch break one day and you sitting in the break room or wherever it is you have lunch and you talking to your coworker, you're like, yeah, John, yo, did you see the fight the other week? And you just go, you're like, yo, why is there a fucking litter box in
We
the
got cats
corner?
here now. We got a mice problem.
And like, oh, you don't know? Yeah, they just hired some new chick, man. She's one of those furries. And I'm like, what? And just then she walks in and walks to the corner and pulls her pants and underwear down and just taking a fucking
Just
shit.
starts taking a shit in the corner.
Yo,
I'm
and
like,
that's
you
one
know
of
what? I
those
gotta
things.
go. I gotta
Uh,
go.
see, that's you, man. See, I'm so fucking, my mind is so warped. I'm gonna have to sit there and watch, like, yo, look at, yo. And
You never
then,
seen somebody take a shit before? Not in a fucking litter box.
and then I'm gonna have to go to HR because she's gonna file a complaint. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you just like you ever be on the subway and a chick got a baby next to you and she start breastfeeding.
Mhm.
You don't want to, but you start going like this.
What? Not, not. But is this my stop? You start looking at the map and shit.
I know. So one of these females is listening. Yeah, no, I'm not a. What do you want me to do? All right, I didn't ask you to do that out here. We're in a park. My kids are like riding bikes and trying to swing. You the one that's pulling your breast out in public. Like,
Just throw a
grow
cover up.
up.
That's it.
Yeah, grow up. You could have put that shit in the bottle before you got here. Don't blame me. Am I bugging? Don't they sell breast pumps? You could have done that in your house before you got here. You the one that came out and anyway, bro. He's gonna listen to that pod. Like, really? That's what you do? That's what you do? You watching chicks giving breastfeeding like babies? You sick bastard. Don't judge me.
Just a bunch of sick bastards is what we are.
I don't know, bro. It's just a wild world, man. So I got a question for you.
Let's hear it.
With your kids, right? And I
Mhm.
know your oldest one is home from school right now, so y'all really don't have to worry about the babysitting gig too much.
Mhm.
If you're leaving your kids at home, are you more of the listen, there's food in the fridge parent, or are you one of those parents who's like, no, I need a babysitter for my kids?
It depends how old they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like with
right now with young Oso, how old do you think he'd have to be for you to leave him home by himself?
at least 12. At least. He's got to be old enough to where, he knows, the way shit works,
Mm-hmm.
not opening the doors to strangers. You got to make a phone call mom and dad, like whatever the case is. He's got to be able to navigate through that just in case something comes up.
How old were you when you were first? Did you ever have that? Like, were you ever left home alone, like at a young age or anything like that?
Yeah, I would say about 11, 12, around there.
Okay.
Other than that, it was like, all right, hey, we're going to work. You know, they worked about 10 minute,
Mm-hmm.
10 minute walk, right? Took my bike, it was like 5 minutes. But it was like, hey, when you wake up, come on down. Like, we'll be down there, you can ride your bike down, whatever. And it was like a big school campus, so like there was other kids my age, so we would all
Mm-hmm.
just ride it down. But like it was around that age.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
fourth, fifth grade, around there.
Yo, my mother started leaving me alone in the house when I was about, I'm gonna say I was maybe about 7, bro. But also in her defense,
It was a different time. It was a different time.
it was a different time. We were also in the projects. My parents were young when they had me, like they were still
Mhm.
kids. Not to say that it was the right thing to do, but whatever. And then I was also, my mother did the typical parent shit. She led with fear. Oh, everything was led
Right.
by fear. Everything. If
It
it
bees
wasn't,
like that.
I'm a whip my ass. It was, listen, I'll be back in about, an hour or so. You got the TV here. There's a bag of chips or whatever in the kitchen. Don't open this door for nobody. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I wasn't opening the door anyway.
Yeah.
Because if somebody knock on this door, they'll snatch you and I'll never see you again. And I'm like, what?
God damn.
What? What do you mean?
What the hell?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, don't find out. Yeah, bro, let me tell you something. I wouldn't give a fuck if the house was on fire. I wouldn't have left that house.
Nope.
I
You chip.
wouldn't, bro,
Yep.
bro, bro, bro. I remember on 1 or 2 occasions that somebody did actually knock on the door. Yo, I closed the room door, I locked it, I got under the covers, and I was like, "Oh, this is it. That's the person she was talking about."
They're gonna snatch me. This is how it happens.
That's what happens. Come to find out, she comes home later. She's like, "Oh, your aunt came by. She said you didn't open the door for her."
No
Yes,
shit. They
no.
told me not to open the door to no one.
Because it'd have been just my luck. My mother would have came home and my aunt was there, and I'd have got an ass whooping as soon as my mother walked in.
You open the door for her. 100%. You know that's how it would have happened.
Oh man,
100%.
one day I'm gonna have a reprieve. I'm gonna have my mother on this show so she can defend herself because I'm sure at some point she's gonna be like, you keep telling these people how much of a crazy mother I was. Listen, I do have plenty of good things to say about my mother, but that doesn't make for funny. So I'm gonna say that, keep that for myself.
That doesn't entertain the masses, Ma. It
Doesn't
doesn't.
entertain the people. Well, you only want to hear negativity. Nobody want to hear nothing positive going on in this world,
Right.
bro. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. I don't know, man.
Gotta
What
love
else is going on with you, brother?
it. Not really much, man. You know, dwindling down to the last day of school for the kids.
Oh
For
man.
summer hits. Weather's starting to get nice. Grills firing up. You know, days are getting longer.
Yo,
I
as
love
we're sitting here recording, it is 8:17 p.m. and it is still
the light outside.
goddamn still light outside, bro.
Yep.
It's still light outside. I don't want to go back to work at all this week. Like, who the fuck wants to go to work in the summertime? Why didn't we make better life choices?
Right.
This
Why?
is why,
Why wasn't there generational wealth in my family?
for real.
Come on.
Like, this is why I ask our kids every time I see them. The first thing I ask them, yo, what's up? You good? Yeah. And then I ask them, how was school? And good, good or great? I said, listen, stay in school so you don't end up like me. What does that mean?
What does
See,
that
bro,
mean?
gotta lead with fear, bro. You gotta lead with fear. That's the message I try to give kids, man. I will give that testament to these newer generations,
Mhm.
or these newer generations, like these younger generations. They've they're more entrepreneurs now than there was when we were young.
Yep.
There are more millionaires now than there was when we were young,
Mhm.
because people are driven by the fact that they don't want to work for anybody.
Right.
And my
And
hat goes
you
off to
got a
them.
cell phone. You can take video and edit that shit. Like you can
Yeah,
become a
bro.
millionaire overnight.
Facts. Big facts.
It's crazy.
If you're a chick and you're pretty, shit, hop on OnlyFans. You'll be a millionaire in a few weeks.
Put your feet out there.
Put your feet out there. Shit, even if you're an ugly chick, because sometimes, how do I say that? Hopefully none of y'all think y'all are ugly, but
Everyone is beautiful in their own way. I'm, I'm trying to give you the lifeline, bro.
listen, bro. If you ugly, own that shit. And everybody's ugly to somebody. Like
Mhm.
it don't matter who the fuck you are. You know how much I was growing up. Oh, you look like Squidward from SpongeBob. Yeah, all right, that's cool. You see, I don't mind
What your
getting
mama
joked
say?
on. Yeah, yo, bro. I was giving your mother this squid dick. You know what I'm saying? Just listen. That's why you got to teach your kids now to start joking on people, because they're gonna get
They
joked
have
on
to.
and they're gonna get their feelings hurt. Like it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with being called ugly. I I know more. Check this out, bro. I know more quote unquote ugly women that are married than pretty women that are married. I know more ugly dudes that have women and wives and families at home than I know like pretty boy types and handsome fellas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's all about how you own your life.
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
it's
Like,
not.
that's what it is, bro.
So,
That's what
bro,
it
give us
is.
your wise words. Send us home for this week.
My wise words of this week are going to be eat healthy. Eat healthy and be mindful of what you eat. I've started once again on my intermittent fasting trip, which it always works wonders with me. I know my wife isn't a big fan of it because she kind of feels like I go too hard in the paint, and You know, I kind of mess up things around the house when I'm not on her eating schedule. But I'm trying to live, bro. I'm trying to live.
I just lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live,
I'm
dude.
trying to, yeah, I'm trying to let you fuck my wife. That's Big Pun's words, not mine.
Not
You
yours.
know, yo, listen, man. And on the side note, shout out to Los Amigos Tacos in Newburgh, New York. But bro, I had some spicy pork tacos from them joints yesterday, and
Hey, yo.
dog, spicy pork tacos, ayo.
Hey,
Spicy pork taco, ayo.
hey,
I
yo.
could have said it. I could see if I'd have said spicy sausage. Now that would have been crazy, bro. That would have been crazy, no?
Yeah, they both a little wild.
Anyway, bro. Anyway, that's what I got. Be mindful of what you eat, what you're putting in your system, what you putting down your throat, Paulus. Just, look, see what I got here? You know what's in here, bro? Take a guess what's in there. See, no, you failed. You done fucked up. It's water. Take us home, brother.
The Sports Frenzy Pod on Twitter, The Sports Frenzy Podcast on YouTube, OTBS on Facebook, The Sports Frenzy Podcast on IG. Go like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend, be a friend. Let's get those numbers up. We thank you guys. We're over 100. Let's keep it moving. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.